or that might be struggling, it's like, well, how could we take some of our current strengths and almost pivot them in order to either get into a parallel market or get into something else where they could start generating revenue, even though it wasn't their main thing. It's having that adaptability in business.
Yeah, especially in the beginning stages of a company, you do need to be flexible, but that's the beauty of having a smaller company is you can pivot really quickly and change and do what it takes to make sure you can keep revenue flowing, right?
Yeah.
So, but without veering too much, like don't veer completely off, completely change the business, but so that it stays, the base is still the same.
Yeah, like the framework, the foundation. That's a great point that you brought up there. I guess how's it been going with your on your end? Have you been?
So what I'm going to focus on is that right now I'm still working full time for a company. I would like to actually change. I'm ready to change positions, go into change jobs, go work for a different company. So I'm kind of working on that. But so that will continue to grow my experience and my exposure to various other industries. And at the same time, I want to work on developing my own projects. So I'm working on, like, the Knife project is kind of the main one that I have right now, but I have obviously lots of ideas going. I always have lots of ideas going in my head, but I try to keep from working on those physically until I can get this one done. Unless it's like, well, there's just day-to-day life, little projects that come up. Like right now, I'm actually working on putting up a bookshelf in the living room. So, but that's not so much of a project. It's just a quick, build the bookshelf and put it up. But so what I'm doing is I'm going more. What I had my business website up and I was kind of thinking like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to work on other people's projects for them. But where I'm going now is actually, I would prefer to work on my own projects. The challenge with that is the funding part of it. Whereas, if you're working on somebody else's projects, they're paying you to do it. Whereas if I'm working on my own, I don't have income until I can monetize the end result. So what that means is that I'm going to be working for a different company, working for somebody for some time until I get things kind of moving and maybe whatever it takes just to kind of balance those and make sure I can keep things going forward, which is kind of a challenge sometimes, so like working full time and then you have different side projects, different things going, and it's life. So but it's got to keep pushing forward, moving.